Welcome to Zoosdays. We are so happy you can join us and learn new things with the help of our wonderful ambassador animals here at the Kansas City Zoo. The Zoosdays programs are brought to you by the Kansas City Zoological District. Be sure to check out the learning packet that was attached to the email. This packet includes special videos, activities, and background information that will enhance your learning. During the Zoosdays presentations, please feel free to ask questions or leave a comment. We will be monitoring the chat section throughout the video. We will hold the questions until the end and ask them during the question and answer segment. If you would like to ask another question or would like to share your own video or picture, please send it to education@fotzkc.org. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoy this segment of Zoosdays.
Hello everyone, welcome to Zoosday at the Kansas City Zoo. We are so excited to have you here. My name is Jessica and with me is my good friend,
Callie.
And we are in one of the education resource library rooms at the zoo. You can see lots of fun things behind us. We might actually get to use some of them today. We are going to be talking about what animals eat.
Mm-hmm. Or who eats who.
Uh-oh.
So let's get this started. I got the perfect thing to get us started. I'm feeling like a tea party.
Oh, I love tea parties.
So let's come over here to my wonderful tea party. We've got our guests here. I've got all different kinds of guests. I wonder what they might eat. Hello, Panda. Red Panda.
Hello.
What would you like to have for our tea party?
Well, I would love something that grows from the ground.
Grows from the ground? Mm-hmm. Gross. That doesn't sound... Panda, are you sure? Grows from the ground? Can you be a little bit more specific?
Something nice and leafy from a stem would be my favorite choice.
Oh, okay, so maybe a plant. You know what? I think I've seen a lot of pandas eat bamboo. Red Panda, would you like that?
That's my favorite dish.
I think you would. Okay, I'll find that. I'll add that to my list. Okay. Oh, skunk. I'm glad you're not extra smelly today. Miss Skunk, would you like something delicious to drink or would you like something to eat?
I would love something to drink.
Something to drink? Skunk, Miss Skunk, what would you like to drink?
Well, what I like is something that's crystal clear that you can see through.
That sounds like water.
That sounds good to me.
All right. Well, this is not much of a tea party and it's become very bizarre, but I'll add that to my list. Okay. Let's see. Tiger, you are so beautiful with your stripes. Please don't fall off the table. What would you like to at our tea party?
I would like something tasty to munch on.
Tiger, you can't eat any of our friends, just to let you know. That's rude at a tea party.
As long as you have something else for me, I will be happy.
How about hot dogs? That sounds like a great item to have at a tea party.
Hot dogs aren't usually my favorite, but I might make an exception in this case.
Okay, well, I'll add some hot dogs. Thanks, Tiger. Sir Orangutan, what would you like with your long arms?
I would love something sweet that grows from the trees.
Sweet that grows from the trees. That sounds delicious, orangutan. Let's see, lollipops?
No, something more fresh.
How about bananas?
Yum!
This has become a very bizarre tea party, but okay, orangutan, I can handle that. All right, how about you, Mr. Alligator? What would you like?
I would like something that swims through the river.
Swims through the river. Mr. Alligator, there's no river here.
Surely you can find something that used to enjoy swimming.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, maybe. I'd have to check the fridge or the freezer. I think I might have some fish around.
Fish sound fish-tastic.
This is the most bizarre tea party, but I think I can accommodate everybody on their wishes. So thank you, my tea party guests. I'll get to work on that. But in the meantime, I'm going to rejoin Jessica over here, and we're going to check out a video of zoo animals eating. They have a constant tea party.
Yum, yum. Lots of yummy things to eat.
Lots of things to feed animals here at the zoo. There they are. Those porcupines working on those banana leaves. You know, porcupines and elephants love to eat plants.
They do.
Jessica, what do we call animals that like to eat plants?
We call them herbivores.
We sure do, because they love all those plants. What about this chimpanzee here? I see some lettuce munching, but I know they also like to eat meat.
They do. They like a little bit of both plants and meat. So we have a special name for them. We call them omnivores.
Omnivores eat both plants and meat. Okay, that makes sense. And I'm sure you guys have heard these words before. Oh, we've got some swans doing some crazy dancing and some lorikeets chowing down on some nectar. But those guys, well, the swans, they do like to eat a little bit of a lot of things.
They do. They filter a lot of things out of the water.
They do. And this gorilla here, he's definitely showing you exactly what he likes to eat.
Oh, in fact, I think this guest was at your tea party.
Well,
the panda enjoying some bamboo.
I'm glad my panda finally got some bamboo because I was going to have a hard time finding that. And let's cap this off with our carnivore friends.
Wonderful. Carnivores are meat eaters, which includes things like fish, like these penguins are enjoying.
Oh, and our eagle. Look at our eagle go with that rat.
Yep, definitely a meat eater right there. So carnivores only eat meat. They don't like to eat any plants at all.
And there's our other tea party guest enjoying, I think, a little bit of fish. Frozen fish, that is.
Oh, exciting. I don't think that's a hot dog, Kelly.
No.
You might want to rethink your tea party a little bit.
That's all right. You know, you do what you got to do. Okay, well, today we have a special treat for everybody. Not only did we kick it off with a tea party, but we also are going to have some dinner guests. Well, I guess technically late breakfast at this point.
Little brunch. It's okay.
But we do have 4 animals that will be joining us for our late breakfast. But the thing is, we're going to have to serve them appropriate food.
Oh, they would probably appreciate that.
So let's see. Let's meet our 4 mystery guests here. I'm going to give you 2.
Love a good mystery.
So I met them a few days ago, took their picture, and then blacked it out because that made sense to me.
Okay, that's definitely mysterious.
It is. So we're gonna start with this one right here.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
We're gonna make a dish for this friend right here, our first mystery dinner guest. I'm gonna go over here to the table where I will prep in my kitchen. All right. So let me think. Our first mystery guest, what did she like? Well, she was green, so maybe she likes to eat green things. What? I remember talking to her, and she sent me messages of what she likes to and what she doesn't like to eat. Oh, what was it? I think maybe she liked to eat, well, if I'm thinking about green stuff, on this table, we've got lettuce. That's pretty tasty. What did my mystery friend like to eat? Did my mystery friend like lettuce? Did my mystery friend like plants? I don't
Hi,
remember.
Kelly. It's good to see you today. I would love to have something nice and leafy for my snack.
Nice and leafy. Okay, so lettuce is a good start. I'm gonna put this as my base, okay? Oh, chop, chop, chop. We're not gonna really chop. Okay, let's see. We've got some good lettuce here. Well, that looks boring. Let's add some more to this. Let's see. Oh, what did my mystery guest really want other than
Kelly,
lettuce and
I love
plants?
things with color in them.
Color in them? Well, that's good. Oh my gosh! I've got an apple, I've got a carrot and a banana. Oh, let's throw some of that in there. Okay, let's see. Oh, this looks much better. So I've just got a majority of plants. So let's see, if I go back to that video and remember that my friends that eat only plants are herbivores. So my mystery guest must be an herbivore. And I think this salad here is the best bet for my mystery guest. So let's go over and meet our mystery guest because I see they have arrived. Jessica, I'm gonna give this to you.
Fantastic. We have arrived in all of our glory. This animal right here is a green iguana. Now, you're going to notice that her color is in her name. That nice green color is what's going to help her hide and enable her to find her food. She loves to spend time up in trees. And that's where she's going to find most of the things she likes to snack on, just like the items in this salad. Lots of fruits that are growing from the trees, as well as leaves and other green leafy items. If you look at her face, you're going to see that she has a very long, flat muzzle. That inside that mouth has very flat, grinding teeth. Those help her to grind up those different fruits and plants that she's pulling right off of the tree to snack on. You'll also notice she has really long toenails with claws on them. Those make her an excellent climber. If you're going to get up into those high trees and get those fresh, tasty leaves, you're going to want to make sure you can hang on to that rough bark and balance on those branches. Would you like a snack? No?
Jessica, I worked hard
maybe
on
later.
that.
She did.
It was the perfect diet for our friend, or the perfect starting dish for our friend. Well, our mystery guest is gonna think about it for a long time, apparently. And I think we might want to move on to our next mystery guest.
I think so.
I'm gonna take the salad back, or at least put it right here. Yeah, and I see you. I see you. And I think we should probably move on to our next mystery guest, which
Okay.
would be this friend right here.
Ooh, that's a very different shape from our first mystery guest.
It definitely is. Not as prickly.
No, for sure, not as prickly. I wonder if they will be an herbivore that eats plants as well.
Well, why don't you go to the kitchen and see if you can tackle that?
Okay. So we already made a salad for our friend the iguana, but this animal guest, if I remember right, liked something different. Salad wasn't on the top of his list. Now, if I think all the way back to our conversation, maybe at some point he gave me a clue as to what he likes to eat. Wasn't salad, what was it?
Oh, Jessica, I love juicy.
Juicy?
Terry.
Terry?
Yes, I like to tear things
Oh. He said he
into
likes
little
to
parts.
tear things into little parts. Well, I mean, he certainly could tear lettuce, but I remember him saying he wasn't a big plants fan. What else could he tear?
I like fur.
Fur. Well, I mean, I have some different mice here. Do you guys think he could possibly like a mouse? It's furry, it's juicy, and even something like a little crab he could certainly tear through. Maybe this was the best option for him. So if I remember our video then, we know he didn't like plants, so he's an animal that eats things like mice and crabs. That would make him a meat eater, and meat eaters were carnivores. I'll bet our mystery guest friend is a carnivore. But the question is, did I find the right kind of meat for him to keep him happy at our dinner? We will have to see if this mouse and this crab is going to be just what he's looking for. I think Kelly might have just arrived with him. Let's go meet our mystery guest.
I sure did. This guy right here, his name is Raoul, and he is a spectacled owl. Wow. As you can see, different than the owls that live around here. He's got a very round head and very sleek body. So that silhouette was actually pretty on point for him.
It was, yes.
And you know what? If I look carefully at him, he looks like he is a great animal to be a carnivore, eating that meat. He's a predator. Look at those eyes.
Yes,
Whoa.
those are
Hi.
big
Thank you.
eyes, focused right on Kelly right now.
They are. Those big eyes help him to see at night because he hunts at night. And those eyes let in just enough light that he can see very, very well. The bigger they are, the less light he needs. Also, if we look at him, that beak of his, it doesn't look super scary, but definitely it tears. It can tear very well, which is why I am wearing a glove to hold him, because I don't want to find out what his beak would do. Along with his adorable little toes here, on those adorable toes are talons that also help to tear and hold his food down while he munches on that delicious mouse or crab. So I think this dish looks very appealing to him.
You think so? I think he's pretty excited about it.
It's a great presentation there.
Yes, I tried to pick different colors to make him happy, but I knew that as an owl, he would probably like a mouse, and I had heard that he even liked to eat crabs off the beach.
He does, because, you know, he is a South American owl, and he does visit the beach, so why not crabs?
Wonderful. Well, it looks like we found the perfect entree for this mystery guest.
Mystery guest, we're going to have to wait till all of our diners are here. So let's take you back. And Jessica, will you go to the kitchen and work? Well, actually, let's meet our next mystery guest.
Oh, yeah.
First.
Before we
Can't
get
go to the
started,
kitchen.
let's meet them. Now, their silhouette looks different from the other two we've met so far. In fact, it looks like they walk on little legs, and maybe they have an interesting shaped back that might even be a little spiky. Let's head to the kitchen and see what we can find for them. Wow. This mystery guest, I remember, had a lot of different requests for what they wanted to eat. They actually love to eat. It's one of their favorite things. So I have to think back to our conversation because I talked to so many different mystery guests. I have to make sure I get all of their individual meals correct. Otherwise, it won't be a very fun dinner party. So let's see. This mystery guest was very specific in the kind of food they wanted. What was it?
Oh, Jessica, I'm so tired.
tired.
So early in the morning for me.
Okay.
I just went to bed. You know what would be the best for me?
No, Mr. Guest, what was it? I'm trying to remember.
I want a dessert.
A dessert. Oh, that's one of my favorite meals too.
Right before I go to bed, of course.
Oh, well, I don't know if that's the best idea
brush
to
my
eat
teeth. It's
dessert
okay.
before bed, but as long as you brush your teeth, okay. So we're gonna need dessert for you. Okay. Now, what did they like for dessert? Did they like ice cream?
No ice cream. That's a little hard on my tummy.
Did
How
they
about
like-
something crunchy?
Crunchy, a crunchy
sweet.
dessert. But sweet? Oh my goodness. Okay, crunchy and sweet. Well, from looking at the foods I have left in my kitchen, I've got some more vegetables, and you know, if I cut up some of this carrot and this apple right here.
Yes.
Oh,
Apple.
great. These are going to be nice and crunchy, and the apple and the banana are sweet. But I need something with a little more crunch, because if you make a nice dessert out of all of these fruits and vegetables, you always want something special to top it off. Crunchy,
Yes, I like sprinkles.
Crunchy sprinkles. How about some of these sprinkles? These little sprinkles here in my hand. You might recognize these are mealworms. Now, they aren't what I would top my dessert with, but I have a feeling that our mystery guest would love these on top of their dessert. So let's go find out and meet our next mystery guest.
Well, Jessica, I have him right here. He joined us just on time. He is just waking up.
Oh, okay.
So this guy is an African pygmy hedgehog, and he is also a nocturnal animal,
Wow.
just like the owl was. But you'll notice his eyes are much smaller.
They are. He has very tiny little eyes.
Tiny little eyes, but a long nose. And the eyes are set a little bit more on the side of his head. So that tells me that this animal is probably hunted by other animals.
Oh.
So he would be a prey animal.
Okay.
And he needs to protect himself, which is why he has all those spikes covering his body. But that doesn't tell us what he eats now, does it?
No, it doesn't.
That only tells us that he's eaten by other things.
Yes.
So this guy with that nice, cute, long nose, he would use that nose because he smells very, very well.
I can see it wiggling right now.
It is. Sometimes he likes to dig underground
Okay.
for things like your bugs there, the
Oh,
mealworms.
like my bugs. Great.
He also has wonderful little teeth that are actually really strong, so he can actually chew through a lot of fruits and vegetables and plant things. So that means essentially he's eating both bugs, which are a type of meat,
Okay.
and plants.
Huh. So if I remember back to our video at the beginning, there was a special term for animals that ate both bugs and plants, or meat and plants. I think it was omnivore.
It was an omnivore. So this
Okay.
guy is an omnivore. And I think something that would get him ready for bed would be apple slices with a little topping of mealworms would be his perfect dessert dish, I believe.
Fantastic. I've got
What do you
that
think?
ready in the kitchen for him.
Great. I think he sounds pretty pumped about that.
I think so. I think that's going to be the perfect just before bed snack for this little guy.
All right. Well, we've knocked out 3 of our dinner guests. We've got 1 left to go.
We do.
Okay. We're going to meet, or remember, this is our last dinner guest. This may not be the size. And I'm going to pop into the kitchen and see what I can find. But you know what? I'm going to grab these dishes just to make sure they're nice and fresh.
Okay. Yep. We don't want them to get stale before our dinner guests all arrive.
Right. Well, they're here. They're just waiting for everybody to arrive, right?
Yes.
Okay. So our last one, I'm kind of out of different options. Gosh, what did my last mystery guest, that 4th guest, what did it say that it really enjoyed? Gosh, I don't remember. Did it say, I seem to remember that it said it wasn't too picky. Just whatever, I'll take it. I don't have any allergies. I will eat whatever you give me. Oh,
What else did it tell me? I like to find things on the ground.
On the ground, okay. I know.
And I don't mind things that have been left behind by other animals.
Ew. Oh, that's a thing. Okay, left by other animals on the ground. Not too picky.
If it's not too fresh for them, it's just right for me. Doesn't matter if it's spoiled, it's going to be super yummy.
Oh, well, I try not to keep spoiled foods to serve to dinner guests, but this banana's looking awfully brown, so maybe I'll use this banana. Maybe I'll just steal some of this, some of this, we'll just, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about this. This is wonderful. Jessica, did our friend join us?
They did. In fact, they brought a couple of their friends along with them, so we have more than one mystery guest
I think
today.
I have enough food for them.
I think you do, for sure. My goodness. So if we're looking at our container here of mystery guests, these are Madagascar hissing cockroaches. They actually come from the rainforest on the island of Madagascar, which is just off the coast of Africa. And you can see there are quite a few of them in this container because they love to eat in a big family group. Now, Kelly brought us a real mixture of different things from the kitchen that we had left over from prepping the other meals. So let's check out the leftovers that she's put together into a meal for our mystery guest, the roaches. Looks like we've got some fruit, a banana that's getting a little brown and edgy, some lettuce is starting to wilt, even some meat. These guys love to eat a variety of foods, and they don't mind if it's starting to get rotten or spoiled. They are an animal that likes to eat plants and animals that are starting to get rotten and smelly. Not my favorite type of meal, but they love it. They're an animal we call a detritivore, which is a big fancy word. It means that they're going to clean up all of that leftover stuff that other animals don't want. And they are very important because they actually help break it down into vitamins and minerals that go back into the soil and help those plants to grow. So these guys are critical to the survival of the rainforest. Now, we might not have roaches like this living here near us, but we certainly have lots of other insects and bugs living on the ground that help do this same thing. Just like earthworms and millipedes and beetles, they're all helping clean up that trash, if you will, off of the ground for us and turn it back into nutrients to help the plants grow, which in turn feeds other animals.
Well, that's great, Jessica. That means we have all of our dishes. Well, I'm going to steal a few of them because I just kind of got crazy throwing things in. So we've got our dishes for all of our mystery guests. Let's just do a really quick recap. So our iguana friend here liked the salad because she be an herbivore. Mm-hmm. Our spectacled owl friend here liked all the meaty things, the mice and the crabs. What was the other two, Jessica?
The hedgehog enjoyed being an omnivore, which meant that it ate plants and meat. Now, its favorite kind of meat was bugs, but it also likes other plants and fruits. And then we just met our friends, the detritivores, the roaches from Madagascar. And these guys love to clean up all the leftovers, the rotting food that's found on the ground.
So before we break for questions, because I'm thinking we have a few questions out there, let's show what other animals fit into these categories. What other mystery guests we could have had with us.
Oh, right.
Or when you guys are at the zoo, you can think about if you were making a dinner for them, where would they fit in these 4 dishes? So I see on top here, I have a picture of a sloth. A sloth, as we know, moves very slowly, so it would probably not be a very good hunter. So I would put it over here with my herbivore friends, eating plants that don't move, so the sloth doesn't have to move very quickly either.
Wonderful, that sounds great. Now I here have a millipede, and this animal has lots of legs that help it move across the ground and find food that is no longer ripe, that rotting, decaying food, that makes them a detritivore, just like the roaches.
Oh, this big guy here, he's handsome. This is a gorilla. And gorillas, you know what? I remember them from the opening video. And we said how, well, actually, I saw how it was eating the plants off the tree limb. So that means this guy here, he be an herbivore. He eats those plants too. Wow, that's weird that I got two herbivores.
This animal looks a little similar to the gorilla, but it is a different type of animal. This is a chimpanzee. And although he would love to eat some plants just like the gorilla would, he also enjoys eating meat. So since he eats both plants and meat, we put him in the omnivore category, just like the hedgehog.
Oh my goodness, I love this next friend here. We had a red-eyed tree frog. My red-eyed tree frog here, even though he's hanging onto a plant, would not eat plants. That frog, as we know, and we do know that frogs have really long sticky tongues to get to bugs. So we're going to put our red-eyed tree frog in our carnivore category because bugs are a type of meat. Maybe not a mouse, he's too small for that, but he's definitely a carnivore.
Absolutely. Oh, these friends are very fun. We have here some chickens. Now chickens, we can actually think about how they normally move to figure out what they might like to eat in the wild. They have those feet that are great for scratching at the ground. That's going to help them find lots of tasty plants like grasses and seeds growing up. But they're also going to be looking for bugs that might scuttle out from under those grasses and leaves. So they, eating both, are going to be an omnivore.
You got another omnivore there. Oh, these guys are fun. I used to raise some of these. These are worms, earthworms. And these earthworms live in the dirt. You know what? They're not too picky of what they can find in the dirt, and that's kind of the way they have to go, because when you don't move fast and you live always in the dirt, you got to go with what you can find. So these guys are decomposers, breaking down all the dead stuff for us and making really nutritious soil for us.
Oh, this animal is going to make a big impression on what kind of food it wants to eat. This elephant is going to actually be looking for lots of plants, even though it is a huge animal. And that long trunk is going to help it reach into trees to get those tasty, young, yummy, fresh leaves right off the tree branch. So he would definitely fall into the herbivore category of plant eaters.
Well, Jessica, that was a fun activity.
That
Trying
was
to
great.
look at other animals and think about where they might fit with these 4 different dishes. I think that's something we could definitely do at the zoo, and I think that's something definitely that our audience can do when they come to the zoo, or even look at pictures of animals on the web or in books. You can always think about, wow, what might they like to eat and where would they be? Would they be an herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, or a decomposer?
Excellent. And while some of their choices might not match ours, like I'm not a big fan of eating bugs, they're still fitting into those categories just like we do.
That's great. Well, I want to thank you guys. We had fun. I hope you did too. Meeting some of our animal friends and finding out what they eat and why and what category that puts them in. So until next Zoosday, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.